Hello, everybody. My name is Theo, and on behalf of FP Markets, we thank you very much for watching this video. In this new series, I'll be covering all the latest market updates with regards to the crypto space. But before we dive right into the video, ask to please like and subscribe, as it means a lot to us. Also, please feel free to visit our Traders Hub. This is home to a wide array of educational material. You can find things here such as articles, videos, an economic calendar, Forex calculator to manage risk, and many more. All this information is included and provided by Trading Central, and this is applicable to all our account holders. Now, shooting into Bitcoin for this week, going to some price action. So far, price is sitting at around $63,000. Since actually, coincidentally, this is the roughly the same price as when we saw the halving take place on the 19th and 20th of April, respectively. So we've seen a jump. We saw a resistance hit around $67,000. We then saw a rejection of this resistance, come back down to jump at support of around $56,500, and right now we're sitting solid at $63,000. Now, if there is any chance of an incline, the same resistance of $67,000 applies, and then same applies for the support at around $56,500. So that's really what's going on with Bitcoin so far. Not too major when it comes to the price action. We did say in the last videos that we are expected to see some sideways action for Bitcoin potentially over the next coming weeks and months, until we see a potential move to the upside. Now, this isn't me that's saying this. This is analysts that are suggesting this, and of course, past evidence would suggest this as well. As with each Bitcoin halving, there's a bit of time of sideways movement, and then there's usually been this push higher to then exceed to new all-time highs. As we mentioned last week, this was the first halving where we also saw an all-time high first before the halving took place. But this is always what it's all about. There's always going to be new events that take place, new different cycles, and this is what it's about for us to be able to analyze this and be able to see where we could see the price go in the future. In terms of the news for this week, it's been fairly quiet week. There hasn't really been much going on. In terms of FTX, as we've mentioned in the previous videos, there's been latest news. It says here that nearly all FTX creditors will get 118% back of their funds back in cash. Now, this is due to FTX being able to liquidate and sell most of their assets now to be able to pay back their investors. 98% of its creditors are expected to get 118% back. Now, this is supposedly would be in cash, and this would be within 60 days of court approval. However, this is something that is being overseen by the Delaware Bankruptcy Court, and this is going to take some time to be able to see some sort of conclusion. The point is, however, because why is there going to be a higher increase rather than 100%? Well, there's also been the aspect of everybody's funds that were tied up in FTX have been still in a bankruptcy limbo. So everybody essentially has lost out on this latest bull run that we've seen because their money's tied up. So that's where some further compensation could take place. In terms of Ripple, we've got some news regarding XRP. As we know that the SEC sued Ripple a number of years ago now in terms of them selling unregistered securities. Now, this is something that Ripple has objected from the beginning. Judge Torres, that has been the leading judge in the case, has also objected to this in many times. And the latest news now is that Ripple are launching a new stable coin backed by the US dollar on the XRP ledger. Now, this is, of course, something that the SEC is opposing. The reason for this is because Ripple's primary business continues to be selling unregistered sales of XRP, and now it also plans to issue a new unregistered crypto asset. From the SEC's perspective, from the moment that Ripple are selling an unregistered security and now they're launching another asset on its ledger, this is also considered to be an unregistered crypto asset. So this is what SEC's case is. Now, in terms of Ripple, this is something that they've always objected from the beginning. This is always something that they've denied, and they've always maintained that they've done things in the right way, in a regulated way. And it's the SEC's fault for not being able to provide clarity, which Ripple have asked for many, many times. Stuart Alderoty, who's Ripple's chief legal officer, also expresses disdain. He said, "We trust the court will approach the remedies phase fairly. And just when you think the SEC can't sink any lower, if you are a financial regulator outside the US and have done it the hard way and done the hard work of establishing comprehensive crypto licensing frameworks, know that the SEC has no respect for you and thinks you are handing out the equivalent of fishing licenses." So Ripple aren't very happy with the SEC, and I'm sure that this topic is going to continue for some time. Now, in other news, Ethereum. Grayscale have pushed back their futures application for their ETF for Ethereum. So the analysts have been suggesting that this could be a shorting opportunity for Ethereum. Going over to the Ethereum chart, we have a resistance level here at around $3,038. We've seen now with Ethereum being at this resistance line, we're seeing a bit of a rejection. If we are to continue lower, we have opportunities to hit around the 2,800 mark, with further opportunities around the 2,600, 2,620 mark as a strong support. So we'll see what happens with Ethereum so far. Most things are kind of mirroring Bitcoin. If we are to look at Ripple, for example, as the chart, even though Ripple's chart is a lot more inconsistent than Bitcoin or Ethereum's because it hasn't been mirroring the moves, especially since the SEC sued Ripple, and there's been a lot of sideways action. Ripple's major resistance at the moment remains to be around between 57 and 60 cents, so with its support being around 50 and 45 cents respectively. So at the moment, Ripple's price action looks like it could be potentially heading lower. If it does head lower, could expect around 50 cents. If we do drop 50 cents, expect to see 46 as the strong support once more. Now, as far as it comes to Ethereum, the same thing applies. We could see 2,620. We could potentially still see 3,333. So we'll have to see how it goes. But from the moment that we're seeing this sideways action with Bitcoin, the debate is either whether Bitcoin dominance is going to decrease, and then we're going to see a bit more of a run for the alts, or if we're going to just have a bit of a sideways limbo for the coming weeks and months until we eventually see a breakout from Bitcoin first. Now, in terms of news, as we mentioned, there hasn't been too much so far. When it comes to the election, even though crypto doesn't make a massive influence in terms of who's going to win and who's going to lose, every single vote counts. And it looks like Joe Biden is doing his best to try and lose as many crypto investors, voters as much as possible. According to Cardano's founder, who is Charles Hoskinson, he said the vote for Biden is a vote against the American cryptocurrency industry. There's been a lot of objections to what Biden's been doing in the crypto space. Still no clarity, trying to clamp down continually and not handling things that they really should be handling. Everyone has been discussing the aspect of how there is a lack of clarity within the US, and that if they do continue to be slowpokes about it, then there's no reason that companies that are based in the US can simply move abroad and continue their business there where there is clarity. So on one hand, people are stating that Joe Biden is doing his best to try and lose out on crypto investors and their votes, whereas on the other hand, we have Trump, who is doing the polar opposite at the moment. There is a meme coin that is under Trump, which has been rallying recently due to Trump's remarks recently when discussing cryptocurrency. When discussing cryptocurrency, Trump basically said that he's for it. When he was asked if they can donate in crypto to the Trump campaign, he said, "Can we donate to Trump campaign using crypto?" I believe the answer is yes. If you can't, I'll make sure you can. And when asking with regards to cryptocurrency as an industry, he says, "I'm fine with it. I want to make sure it's good and solid and everything else, but I'm good with it. And if you like crypto in any form, and it comes in many different forms, if you are in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump." So as we said, there's many influences that are going to take precedent here when it comes to the votes. However, every single vote counts, and it looks like Trump is trying to take advantage of the votes that Biden could potentially be losing due to his crypto stance. So that's been this week's episode so far. Thank you very much once again for watching. If you do have any questions, anything that you want to discuss further, then of course feel free to follow up with this. Like, comment, subscribe, get in touch with us. We are available 24/7 for you. Please visit our website at www.fpmarkets.com. Thank you once again very much for watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one next week. Thank you. Goodbye.